Hello once again. Well, before I get going on this particular video, I feel a little background information is needed to help set the stage for what I'm about to share. Not only background information regarding this particular footage, but background information regarding our world as well. You see, people, it's like this. Our world is not what you think it is, or have been led to believe it is, and in fact is a magical paradise. But unfortunately, it is slowly fading away due to the increase in all things material, technological, or as best summarized, a technologically created, material-based world built on illusions and deception and huge egos, which have reframed creation into something that has become 100% opposite of what the real world that it actually is. That is to say, the magic of creation was hijacked through artificial means, and unfortunately, those who felt money was more important than the creation itself have literally now dug a hole for themselves, quite literally. A hole so deep as they've torn apart the perfect, harmonious beauty that Mother Nature offers. And so much so that now we all are experiencing the dramatic effects that their greed brought about. Okay, so you've heard it. We're all one. Because you see, we are all one. One gigantic being. That's us. We have our individual selves, or cells, which combine to make the whole, the source, or God, if you know that terminology. Yet, just as you individually can get sick or, say, for example, cancer, okay, the cancer cell itself may have a problem, but you as a whole aren't the reason. It would be like one cell needing assistance to remedy whatever problem it had so that it wouldn't spread further, causing the nearby cells to grow cancerous, you know? And then it finally just takes over the whole thing, and yeah, that can take you out. But if given the proper attention, as soon as the hypothetical cancer cell was discovered, then balance and harmony for that one cell, thus the whole unit, would be restored and an entire life saved. So scale this example up to the next size of a planet where each one of us are the cells creating the whole being, and perhaps you can visualize the reality of what's occurring here. You see, we are all individual cells, and we all have the exact same value necessary. It's necessary for the whole to even exist, you know? But one of our cells became cancerous, if you want to call it that for this example. But instead of restoring back to balance, this cell, it spread and spread some more and spread some more. And like any sickness, the damaged cell would naturally feed off the healthy ones in order to survive, and feed is exactly what they've done. But these cells, they have kept to themselves, running in the background for so long as to their own sort of secret unit that they just forgot about the healing power available, or they just plain and simply ignore it or refused it. The problem is this: just as your own body would eventually say, enough, that's it, enough's enough, and sort of force you to receive help or force you to stop doing whatever you're doing and heal, the same goes for a planet. And our planet has had enough. She's sick and tired of being used and abused and turned into something she is not. And all due to the few cells who had simply grown sick. Very, very sick. Our planet is not going to sit back and take this any longer. She is seeking her own harmony and her own balance and her own expression of creativity and joy instead of continually hosting poisonous ideas that others want to use her for. She is beautiful and amazing and the brightest of all creation, and that is why she attracted so many sickos to begin with. Because they wanted to take for themselves, steal from her perfect beauty, as if she was a mere object there for the taking. Sure, she allowed and for quite some time. Why? Because she's amazing, and she's loving and caring and wants everyone, every cell, to be and have and love just as she does, but they didn't stop. She could make them stop, and eventually leading her to withdraw. So after growing sick and tired of being sick and tired herself, sick and tired of being used, that is, and abused by pure sickos, she's ready to come back even stronger and even brighter and be brighter than she already was, and she was already the brightest. But in order to do this, she's got to shake off the dirt, so to speak, and clean out the scum. And it's happening right now. And you are a part of it. You yourself. You are a cell of this magical being who's looking to shine, and she's wanting to play as she wants to express herself freely, openly, and full-heartedly once again. Only this time no scum allowed. Which brings me now to our video. Magic. There's magic all around. It's never left. She's never left, as we're the ones that have left her. We are the ones who ignored all the calls, which sound the same as birds or even the wind, And we are the ones who forgot how alive everything is, quite literally. As we all stared into the dark screens, feeding us only news of death as we take in every artificial light with the artificial stories and telling us artificial lies about the very being keeping us alive. We are the cells of magic and truth and light, which through using our minds alone can create a world. A world of magic, and live a magical existence as long as we desire. But she's always been here waiting. She is you, because you are a cell. You're made from her, and you'll return one day the same. But until then, you are alive as all things, yet focus is what will mirror back to you that of whatever you're putting out. That is creation, or co-creation. So as the sicko cells have grabbed the world's attention using artificial means in hopes to steer our focus towards more darkness, which then mirrors back to us more darkness, your life support system, the one making you possible to begin with, is alive and expressing her magic every single day outside in the real world, which is magical and absolutely possible. And your fairy tales are no tales at all. In fact, it's all magical. The world we live in, the one we all seek, and the magical world, it's what we're surrounded in. Consider me a mediator of sorts, I suppose. I'm using technology to show you the real world, the one that exists right outside your own door. But I'll do whatever it takes in order to help get across the message of this. We will shine with or without you. It does not make a difference. But shine is an understatement, because we're going to shine brighter than bright. We've taken and taken and taken and watched as the darkness came over, but we are here, still in the places you haven't even thought were possible. Here and shaking off the darkness is what's occurring. Thus, as I use their dark technology in hopes to get through to just one or not, it's you who chooses to believe what stories are told to you through the media, who hope to continue their death cult or live in the magical experience now as creator so desires to, or not. Last, in this super long explanation for a video, I know I've mentioned fake or projected birds in the past, or even planes, because yeah, I do believe that that's the case. But I'm no longer labeling any of my friends in this manner, because friends they are. I really don't care how they hold themselves together. If they're bringing life to my party, so to speak, they're welcome to join. If you're respecting the boundaries, that is, because some of you haven't been respecting the boundaries. So let's just make that part very clear. Bringing life to the party, not taking. Bringing fun and life and positivity, not projecting negativity. Okay, we don't have time for that. No more. Nope. Let's get that very clear. We're moving up in the world, okay? We're not trying to be dragged down. And I realize technology and deceit being used, just as I'm aware of the natural abilities or organic methods of magical appearances. But just as I seek to aid in the creation of expression for the whole being, us, all of us as a whole, I also hope to help others recognize the vast variety of life which may or may not always appear in a form that we're aware of. And the last thing I want to do is label something as real or not real, when in reality, it's not about that. It's more about life or anti-life. Now, to the video you're about to witness is this. The woods are alive. And I mean literally, so let's begin. I'm first going to show you the video itself, which is extremely quick. So, let's take a look. I was actually filming something else in the sky when my attention was grabbed, for whatever reason, towards the tree, as you'll see. At first, things appear pretty normal, but what had me investigate further is the bird itself. I've never seen that type of bird, so huge in appearance, and sure enough, as I looked further, there was no bird at all. It's as if I caught something off guard, something that had to react quickly, so it came up with an appearance that just made sense. So the bird is what became, but not just that. I was zooming in, so there's movement, which is why I was having to maneuver the screen around somewhat for us to be able to see what I'm talking about. There's actually a tremendous amount of activity within all of this, but I'm only focusing on the bird and the tree since it's the most obvious. However, all of the woods were doing various changes into different characters. You can not focus on the tree part and look at the rest yourself. You'll see what I'm talking about. And just like I've mentioned before, every time I capture something such as this, which is every single day, by the way, but the camera always gets blurry. It does it gets blurry or whatever, probably because it can't focus when there's so much movement within the shifting of the scenery, and in this case the woods, but still, it's clear enough to see what I'm referring to. Unless you still are in the phase of denial, which then of course you won't see it. You'll think it's made up or whatever, which is fine. We all have to go through that too. So, but eventually you'll be able to see it. But to help you see, I did as I've done before, and literally I took the video and went frame by frame by frame by frame and took a picture of every frame and then have blown it up so that we can have right in the center just the tree and bird area. And then I'm going frame by frame by frame as it's playing here. And we can watch it as it changes in the shapes that the tree makes and the bird. Sorry, on some areas I sort of blew it up a little bit bigger than others, so it disrupts the flow. But you can still get the point. And the point is this. People, everything is alive. Everything. Even, yes, the trees. And you can see what appears to be a blue-looking being, who I believe is what's turned into the bird, as I investigated this extensively. It's absolutely incredible, amazing, and yes, magical. So, the magic hasn't left. It's we who left, okay? I'm just hoping to get across to someone, or anyone, or not. It's more so for myself, because it's all in your perception of what you do or do not choose to see or not see, and therefore believe. So no, you don't have to believe anything I'm showing you here, but I would recommend, if nothing else, believe in yourself. That's all you have to do. Don't believe in these characters outside of us, outside of you. The blue and the red and all these presentations provided to you online or on screens, okay? Believe in the true nature of reality, which is you, the creator, able to create and co-create with Mother Nature, who's there waiting. Because it's all alive. All right, peace, bro.